Martoni and Parker Schmeckel.
She was looking kind of dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Well, the years start coming and they don't stop coming. Fed to the rules and I hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets? You'll never know if you don't go. You'll never shine if you don't glow. Hey now, you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star, get the show on, get paid. Only shooting stars break the mold. It's a cool place, and they say it gets colder. You're bundled up now, wait till you get older. But the media man begs to differ, judging by the hole in the satellite picture. The ice we skate is getting pretty thin. The water's getting warm, so you might as well swim. My world's on fire, how about yours? That's the way I like it, and I'll never get bored. Hey now, you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star, get the show on, get paid. Only shooting stars break the mold. Hey now, you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star, get the show on, get paid. And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars. Somebody once asked, could I spare some change for gas? I need to get myself away from this place. I said, yep, what a concept. I could use a little fuel myself, and we could all use a little change. Well, the years start coming and they don't stop coming. Back to the rules and I'll hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets? You'll never know if you don't go. You'll never shine if you don't glow. Hey now, you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star, get the show on, get paid. And all only shooting stars break the mold. And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold.
Here in Greeley, Colorado, getting ready for the second game of our doubleheader between the Mount Marty Lancers and the UNC Bears. I'm Bobby Morrow here, joined by my friend Matt Gator, and we're ready to get this second game going. First pitch is going to be in about 3 minutes for these two teams. Now, the first game was one heck of a game. If you missed it, I'll give you the quick rundown. It was supposed to be only a 7-inning game because of the doubleheader and there not being lights here on this field, trying to get both games in. Well, they wanted to play 9. So we ended up going from an 8-8 tie in the 7th all the way to the bottom of the 9th. But right then, the bases got loaded for UNC with no outs, and Hayden Hines stepped to the plate, and he won it with a single through the infield on the left side for UNC. Their second win of the season, their first home win of the year. And they are taking a little bit of momentum into this second game for today. They definitely celebrated hard after that one, but then they quickly ran back into the dugout, started grabbing their snacks, eating some food, cooling off, and now they're having a team meeting out towards the right field line as they prepare to get ready for what should be another entertaining game. Now, again, this game is scheduled to only go 7 innings. Now, we have to see, a lot of things will go into this. 7 innings, of course, they can go later if there is a tie, as we saw in the first game. We have to keep an eye on the lights as well. The sun goes down. It's a little overcast today. So when the sun goes down, it's going to get darker quicker. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. When it gets dark, we can see what happened. We can look back and see what happened yesterday. As an example, they called the game after the 6th inning due to darkness. So we'll keep an eye on these situations throughout this one. But we're hoping for a 7-inning game and to finish this one up before it gets too dark here in Greeley, Colorado. We have a beautiful day today. It's been up in the 60s for the first time in quite some time here in Greeley, and we're just excited to have a beautiful day of baseball. We've already had one incredible game, and we are looking forward to having another one as both teams are getting ready back in their dugouts. The Mount Marty Lancers still having a little meeting on the, well, that's not a meeting. No, they're playing hacky sack down there, not a meeting. So we're going to
equally as important, though.
Equally as important for your pregame things. But hey, you know, whatever gets you going to get going in this game. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. We're going to have first pitch coming up after this.
As a first-generation student, I didn't even know if I was going to come to college in the first place. When I talked to my parents about it, I was like, I'm going to go to college. Diversity and inclusion here on campus is very strong. The cultural centers were very welcoming, and they were the ones to really push me and be like, go get involved. UNC gave me the confidence, the self-advocacy, the motivation to do bigger things and reach and have bigger dreams.
Rule the playground.
Back here in Greeley, Colorado at Jackson Stadium, otherwise known as the Jack. And we saw a few of them last game, some big flies leaving the yard, and hoping to see a little bit more of that action here in the second game. We see our coaches meeting at home plate, exchanging their lineups and talking to the umpires. Umpires in this one, Troy Haddock will be behind home plate. Brooks O'Hearn at first base, and Mark Moffitt will be at third base. Moffitt was behind the plate for the last game, so he'll be on the rotation over there at third for this one. We were set for a 3:50 start time. Not going to be quite at 3:50, but that's all right with us. More time for us to let you in, or let you know about a few things that are going on with UNC baseball. This is the 98th year of UNC baseball. The Bears, 98 years. They've obviously had a lot of success in their history. College World Series appearances, NCAA tournament appearances. As of late, haven't been able to get in that, to crack into that tournament, but nonetheless, a successful and a storied program here in northern Colorado. Carl Iwasaki is the head coach for UNC. You see him walking off there in his 13th season here with the Bears. He played for the Bears in his college career. He was joking with us before the game that he was not playing in the 1920s when they started. He was a little later, a little after that.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. But he is happy to be leading this team for the 13th straight season. And he was telling us that this is a young team. A lot of young guys on this team. They're still kind of trying to find out their identity and who they are as a team. They had a pretty good comeback win last game just a few minutes ago, to be honest with you. So that'll help you out and figure out what kind of team you are. Coming up clutch with that one, with a 9-hole hitter, Hayden Hines, able to walk off that game. But yeah, this is a very young team, with the exception of a Josh Glenn out there, our catcher, playing first base, of course, today, though. He's a solid veteran out there as a senior, but other than that, you don't have any other seniors in starting lineups, and a few freshmen and a good number of sophomores. But you have to keep an eye on Josh Glenn. He's definitely the leader of this ball club. Behind the plate, he's like a quarterback of the field. And that's why they're keeping him on the field here for this second game. They're not having him do a back-to-back game like this for the doubleheader behind the plate. So they're going to move him out to first base for this one, just like they did yesterday. And again, Greg Kenny will be behind the plate for this one today. But you have to keep that presence of Josh Glenn out there, and obviously his offensive presence as well. He hits for power, hits for average, and just gets on base any way he can.
Yeah, and he's just not someone that you're ever really going to take out of the lineup unless you really need to for some reason. And I will say, I have to say I'm kind of surprised for the Lancers. We were talking about this earlier during our break. Billy Hancock, he's doing the catching again. This will be his 4th straight game in the back-to-back doubleheaders today and yesterday.
That just hurts. That hurts my knees just hearing that.
Yeah, that's tough. When the first game went 9 innings, I thought there was no way that he would be going out there doing the catching again today. I was thinking we might see him at first or DHing because, again, like Glenn, you don't want to take his bat out of the lineup. But no, he was still in there, penciled in to catch. So
4 games in 2 days. Not a lot of rest time to be behind the plate. I mean, for any of these players, it's not a lot of rest time.
No.
But to be behind the plate, my goodness, I just could not imagine it.
No, not at all.
Well, you see the gold tops of the Bears. They're out there on the field getting some warm-up pitches as our starting pitcher for the Bears in this one, Dylan Day, the righty. Sophomore right-hander coming in with an ERA that, well, some people, he probably want us to skip over his ERA if we're being honest, coming in with a 20.57 ERA, and that is a really rough one to even get out. I don't think I've ever had to say an ERA that high. But it's a small sample size. He's 0 for 3, started 3 games, only 7 innings pitched, so it's a small sample size. In those 7 innings, 10 strikeouts and 6 walks. The opponents are hitting, opponents hitting .488 against him. So far this season, in the first 3 games, it seems like opponents are seeing whatever he's throwing really well. We'll have to keep an eye on him and his stuff throughout this one just to see how they're going to do. As our first batter steps up, and that is Jet Weber, shortstop number 3 for the Lancers.
And hopefully Day here can kind of keep some of that momentum that Ian Tisdale had in that last game.
Yeah, Ian Tisdale just had an impeccable relief appearance as the first pitch is swung on, picked up by Kubo at second base, and on to Glenn at first for the first out in this one. And with that, I'll give you the lineup for these Mount Marty Lancers. We just saw Jet Weber at shortstop. Now you have Josh Roman, DH number 6. Billy Hancock coming up after him, the 3 spot. Catcher number 14. Mason Townsend, third base number 10. Number 19, center fielder David Richardson. Then you have in the 6 hole, first baseman Kiko Nunez, number 60. Number 15, left fielder Connor Capps. Tyler Lynch, second baseman number 2 in the 8 hole. And rounding out the lineup, number 38, right field, Zane Sally. On the bump for Mount Marty today is going to be Clayton Chip. Pitch comes in from Dylan Day there outside. Count is 1-1. You're in the top of the first inning. Fastball popped way up center field. And getting over there is the shortstop all the way over there, and that is Cameron Cromer. Over there, he was nearly in Kubo's position, getting down that fly ball. Kubo was there, but got called off, so good for him to hear him and give Cromer the room.
Yeah, and shortstop will almost always have the priority to be able to make the play on that one. And 2 quick outs here for the Bears. We're going to take a quick look at the defensive alignment. The battery today, Dylan Day doing the pitching, doing the catching is Craig Kenny. At first we have Josh Glenn. He caught the first game. Second, Kubo. Short, Cameron Cromer, and at third his brother Chase Cromer. In left field we have Caden Moeller. Playing center field we have Hayden Hines, and in right field we have Jake King.
Lineup not all that different from the first game we just ended. So at least the players will be comfortable out there.
Yeah, it's the same exact players, just change the positions around a little bit. Craig Kenny DH'd in the first game. He's doing the catching in this one, giving Glenn a little bit of a break.
0-2 count swung on, picked up by Cromer. Chase throws it to first. Long throw, nails him. 1-2-3. Top of the first inning for the Bears. We're going to take a quick break, and the Bears will be up to bat after this.
When you're ready to
That'll
take
work.
the next step, develop skills for a new career, or become licensed in your field. Join a community committed to your success. Choose from more than 100 graduate programs. Work side by side with mentoring faculty who share their research and experience so that you're ready to step up. On campus, off campus, and online. The Graduate School at the University of Northern Colorado.
Like a sweet morning dew, one look at you, and it was plain to see that you were my destiny. I will go where you lead, I'll be right there in a time of need. And when I lose my will, you'll be right there to push me up that hill. There's no looking back, or you're all I need, baby, baby, to get by.
Back here in Jackson Field in Greeley, Colorado, getting ready for the bottom of the first inning. And the pitcher out there for the Lancers is going to be Clayton Chip, right-handed pitcher, number 24. Leading it off for UNC is going to be Jake King.
Take a quick look at the lineup today for the Bears. Like you just said, Jake King leading things off. Same exact lineup in this game as the last game. Following King is Shaden Kubo. After him in the 3-hole, Josh Glenn. Batting fourth, we have Cade Moeller. In the 5-hole, Garrett Fisher, followed by Craig Kenny batting sixth. And then the two twins batting 7 and 8, Cameron Cromer and Chase Cromer. And then rounding out their lineup in that 9-hole, where we've been seeing him a lot so far this year, is Hayden Hines.
So nothing has changed in the batting lineup for the Bears. Just the positions, as you mentioned. So Jake King, Shaden Kubo, and Josh Glenn are going to get us started here in the bottom of the first inning. Getting a few more warm-up pitches. It's really for the sake of Billy Hancock, who just was able to get his gear on and get out there. He was the last out in the last inning, so gave him a little extra time to get warmed up. I don't know how much you need to warm up, though, if you just played an entire game.
Probably not too much.
Probably not too much.
We were talking earlier about Dylan Day coming in with an ERA of 20. Clayton Chip kind of on the exact opposite end. He's coming into this one so far pitched 18 innings. His ERA is still sitting at 0. He's allowed 1 run, but it was not an earned run. So ERA sitting at 0.00. Bears are looking to change that here today.
Yeah, tale of two pitchers in this one. But a great top half of the inning for Dylan Day. 3 up, 3 down, went pretty quick.
Yep, 2 groundouts and a pop-up. That's exactly how you want to start a game.
Our mistake, our lineup here says Clayton Chip. Full name is actually Clayton Chip Chase. So our mistake there. We fact check ourselves there and figure out that we were wrong as Chip Chase. Second pitch comes in for a ball. It's 1-1. So yeah, 4 starts you were talking about, 3 wins for him, 18 innings pitched. He's given up only 12 hits, 1 run. As you said, it wasn't earned though. 17 strikeouts and only 5 walks. As that one comes in with some heat. 1-2, and now this is a glove pop that we haven't heard in this series yet. Either he just throws it in a certain way that makes that happen, which I've heard of before. I'm not so sure about that. Or he just throws some heat.
Yeah, it looks like he's throwing a little bit of heat.
Swing and a miss. It's dropped, so really just a technicality. Getting it down there to first. Jake King strikes out to start the bottom of the first inning. 1 out. That brings up Shaden Kubo.
Second baseman number 5, Shaden Kubo.
Shaden Kubo, a 5'8" sophomore infielder. He's been playing a lot of second base, a native of Hawaii. Making his way to northern Colorado to play some baseball. 0-1 count to Kubo. Off-speed pitch off the plate, 1-1. Kubo still having a good series. Had an all right game last time out. That one off the end of the bat. Bouncer to third base. Picked up, sent to first. Speedy Kubo gets there, but not in time. So that'll be the second out of the inning. Townsend down there was able to field that no problem. It was a slow bouncer and a speedy runner, but the arm on Townsend was good enough to take down Kubo.
Yeah, he just came up, fielded that one cleanly, and knew he had to fire it over to Nunez for the out.
And that brings in Josh Glenn playing first base in this one, usually the starting catcher for the Bears.
He extended his hitting streak to 7 games in our first game here today. Looking to see if he can move it on to 8 today.
Going to count that as a strike. So 0-1 to start it off to Glenn. Glenn comes into this game hitting .281, which among the qualifying hitters is tops on this team. You have Cade Moeller on deck hitting .333, but smaller sample size doesn't quite qualify as that one is fouled off down the right field line. .0-2 count. Target is low, and he threw it low in the dirt. Make it 1-2. So 1-2 count. 2 outs. Pitch and swung on, pulled and picked up by Townsend. Townsend going to sling it to first to Nunez. And that will do it for the first inning. We've had 3 up, 3 down in both halves of the first inning. And we are still scoreless, no hits in this one. We'll have the second inning coming up for you right after this.
As a first-generation student, I didn't even know if I was going to come to college in the first place. When I talked to my parents about it, I was like, I'm going to go to college. Diversity and inclusion here on campus is very strong. The cultural centers were very welcoming, and they were the ones to really push me and be like, go get involved. UNC gave me the confidence, the self-advocacy, the motivation to do bigger things and reach and have bigger dreams.
We're here for the ones with big hearts, the ones with big calluses, the ones who go the distance, the ones holding down the fort, the weekend warriors, the crafty ones, these crafty ones too, and the ones just being themselves. Here's to the ones who define the Colorado spirit. We're proud to be the community bank that helps them live that way, because we're not just a bank in Colorado. We're Bank of Colorado. There's only one.
Back here in the Jack, we're getting ready for second inning of play. Dylan Day had a 1-2-3 inning to start off this game, and he'd like to continue that. Mason Townsend coming up.
Now batting number 10, third baseman Mason Townsend.
Dylan Day ready up there. Stoic like a statue. Now he'll begin his wind up and send it into Townsend. Townsend looks at that one, spits on it, says, I'm not taking that. Ball 1. .2-0 count to Townsend. You have David Richardson on deck. Kiko Nunez in the hole. Townsend swings on this one and sends it foul down the left field line.
Townsend's official stats from that first game were just 0 for 1. In which he grounded into a double play, but not the whole story. He did have 2 sacrifice flies, so he got 2 RBIs and then did have a walk as well that led to some potential danger in the top of the 7th inning.
0 for 1 with 2 RBIs. Got
yes.
Love baseball.
Yep.
So 3-1 here to Townsend. the third baseman for the Lancers, as this one sent in, swung on and popped way up in foul territory, coming out there to try to get it and able to make the catch. What a play by Craig Kenny.
That's a real tough play for a catcher there. That was kind of almost in no man's land between him and Cromer, and Kenny was able to get to it first and make the great play to retire the first out of this inning.
Yeah, I got over there in the on-deck circle. We saw a bunch of Lancers running away because they're all kind of hanging out over there sitting on buckets, so they had to pick up their buckets and leave.
Got to make room for the catcher to come through.
Got to make room.
Even
So
if you don't want to.
Yeah, one down here in the top of the second inning. David Richardson up, Kiko Nunez on deck. Swing and a miss on the first pitch from Richardson. Kind of a funny scene between the games. You know, each team had their own snacks and had their own lunches and everything, but Richardson apparently wanted some more or wanted something different as he pops this one up into left center and under that, making the play. No problem for Cade Moeller. Real quick, I'll finish that story about Richardson. He was standing in line at the concession stand just by himself. Nobody else around him. I guess he wanted some different Gatorade or something like that. Pretty funny scene to walk around and see.
Sometimes you just got to do your own thing.
Yeah, maybe they didn't have Cool Ranch Doritos and he wanted them. Who knows?
Yeah. Got to have those Cool Ranch Doritos.
Cool Ranch. Kiko Nunez in there. Swing and a miss. Taking another daddy hack on the first pitch. We can pretty much almost say that's going to happen every time now.
Yeah.
First pitch swing from Kiko Nunez. Second pitch in for a strike as well, and at the knees. So 2 outs, 0-2 count. Day with a delivery. Breaking ball a little too far outside. Day with the windup, sends it. It's hit on the ground to Kubo. Kubo scoops it. And just a toss over there to Glenn. And a 3-down inning again for UNC. Is this one going a little faster than the last one, eh? We'll go ahead and get ready for the bottom half of the second coming up after this. Back here in Jackson Field, bottom of the second coming your way. It'll be Cade Moeller leading it off for us here in the second, followed by Garrett Fisher and then Craig Kenny in the hole. This game moving, as I mentioned right before break, moving a little quicker than the first game was. By this time, I think there were probably already 7 total runs up on the board for the first game.
That is certainly how it felt.
And, of course, the second half of that game just became an amazing pitching battle. A great job by Ian Isdale coming in relief. Career-high 7 strikeouts for him, and actually pitched the most amount of innings out of all of our pitchers coming in relief.
Yeah, unbelievable job by him. Yeah, ended up going 7 2/3 innings. Like you said, 8 strikeouts, no walks, no runs, no earned runs, and no hits. He faced 11 batters, retired all 11 batters to close out the game for the Bears.
You really can't get much better than that.
Not at all.
So here he is, Cade Moeller, stepping up to lead off this inning. On the season, as I mentioned earlier, hitting .333, does have 4 runs, 1 home run, and 8 RBIs. First pitch is a strike, down low. Chip Chase set, begins his windup. Breaking ball right back at Chip Chase, and that'll get into center field for a single. Those are scary as a pitcher.
Oh yeah, never like to have a ball or lined right past your head.
Might have a little sweat on him now.
Welcome to the game.
Welcome to the game, and that is the first hit of the game for either team. So Garrett Fisher coming up, 132 average on the year, 4 runs, 4 RBIs for him. He is a runner on first, no outs in the inning. First pitch, high and inside. Fisher getting the DH in this one. Gets to hang out in the dugout, eat some seeds, and come out and try to hit the ball. But we had a pickoff move and an error on that, and moving forward will be Cade Moeller getting up to second base on that errant pickoff move.
Yeah, and that's what speed on the bases can do. Just forces an errant throw on the pitcher, and then we got no outs, runner in scoring position for the Bears.
You never know. Chip Chase might have been a little upset still at our guy Moeller out there for that line drive coming back at him.
Yeah, which is understandable.
Ooh, squaring around for that one. Still a strike. 1-1. Early on in this game, looks like trying to advance the runner possibly and get some runs on the board early.
Fisher in our first game today was 2 for 5. He had a huge 2 RBI triple in the 5th inning to make this thing 7-8 at the time. Then he came around to score to tie it up.
Comebacker to the pitcher, thrown to third. Townsend puts the tag down, and they cut down the lead runner. Safe at first, though, was Fisher on the fielder's choice.
Now batting your catcher, number 22, Craig Kenny.
Craig Kenny up to bat now. 171 average, 1 run, a home run, and 5 RBIs on the season. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Garrett Fisher at first base. First pitch comes in, check swing. No appeal. That is a ball. Checking the runner at first is Chip Chase. And the pitch, low and outside, ball. So a 2-0 count. Craig Kenny steps out. And now back into the box. Chip Chase is ready to go, getting his signs from his catcher. Checks on the runner at first. Checks again at the runner at first. Comes to his set. And lets it loose. A fake steal there. First base from Garrett Fisher. Got the attention of the catcher. Ball 3, by the way, so 3-0 count. And you'd have to think that right now Craig Kenny probably does not have the green light. Probably a full take right here. As it was, and it was a strike inside part of the plate. 3-1.
Yeah, it would have been shocked to see him swing the bat there.
Even here, I don't know if I'd still give him the green light here. It is early on, though.
Yeah.
And it looks like a check swing. Foul ball off of the hand, it looked like. Ouch, of Billy Hancock. And that'll hurt.
Oh, yeah, that's never a good feeling as a catcher. You have that hand. You normally try to keep it tucked behind your back, but sometimes it gets exposed, and looks like he'll be all right, though, and get ready for the 3-2 pitch.
Yeah, full count here. 1 out. Runner on first. Chip Chase keeping an eye on that runner over there. Sets and delivers. Payoff pitch is a strike. So struck out was Craig Kenny. He thought that one was low, but he has to grab his bat and go back to the dugout. And that brings up Cameron Cromer.
Shortstop number 1, Cameron Cromer.
Cameron Cromer, or Cromer number 1, as we affectionately call him, is playing shortstop today. He's hitting 191 on the year, 3 runs and 2 RBIs. If he gets on base, got to keep an eye on him, though, as he and his twin brother are very speedy out there. 2 outs, first pitch to Cromer, swing and a miss. 0-1. A 1 count, 2 outs, the delivery. Swing, and this one's driven over the third base into left field. Picked up and thrown back in, station to station for the 2 runners. Single by Cameron Cromer, and that'll bring up his twin brother, Chase Cromer, Cromer number 2.
Batting third baseman number 2, Chase Cromer.
Chase Cromer comes in hitting .077 on the year with 1 RBI. He is definitely looking to break out in some way.
Yeah, like you said, he's just got 1 hit on the year and 13 at bats.
Not a huge sample size.
It's not.
I know at least in the MLB, they say 100 to 150 at bats is when you can really start seeing how your season is going.
Yep.
So, these early season contests, some of these averages might be a little skewed.
Yeah, early in the season, like, averages are always going to be either a lot higher or a lot lower normally than what you're going to see. Yeah. Right now for these Bears, unfortunately, most of them are a lot lower than what you're likely to see throughout the year.
Everything would plateau usually as that one is swung on and fouled out of the right side of the stadium. So 0-2. 2 outs. Men on first and second for Chase Cromer. Pickoff move, but nobody was home to catch it. But nonetheless, getting the runner back on base. Chip Chase looks like an energetic pitcher out there. You see some guys who are very stoic, but he has a lot of movement in what he does, as this one comes in a little high, 1-2. Seems like there's always some kind of movement going on with Chip Chase when he's on the mound. As he is getting his sign. Checks the runner and delivers this one low and outside in the dirt, picked up by Hancock. And evened up now at 2-2. See our 2 runners on there. Cameron Cromer at first, Garrett Fisher at second base. 2 outs in the inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on here in the second inning, number 2 at bat. And that one is low to make it a full count. So runners will be off with the pitch with a full count and 2 outs.
With speed on first base, any ball hitting a gap has a real good chance of scoring Cameron Cromer.
Absolutely. Anything that gets into the outfield, and if it rolls back if it rolls back to the fence, it's definitely a run for
considering they'll both be taken off.
And that is low, ball 4. So walking the bases loaded this time is Clayton Chip Chase. So bases loaded now with 2 outs, and the hero from the early game today, Hayden Hines, coming up.
Wouldn't mind seeing another single like he did last time with the bases loaded. That'd probably score 2 here.
Absolutely. He's coming in hitting .260, 6 runs and 2 RBIs on the year. He's not your prototypical 9-hole hitter. He hits for average. He's quick. Good person to roll over the lineup. First pitch to him is a strike swung on, bounced, foul. So 0-1 after swinging at the first pitch from Hines. Bases loaded. 0-1 count, 2 outs. looking for a little 2-out rally. Had a few of those in the last game. The delivery. This one up the middle, scooped up, almost bobbled for a split second, and that was close, and they're going to say that was an out, and the UNC dugout coaches and pretty much everyone not happy with that call.
I thought he looked safe to me, but
he was flying down the line. I will say that. I didn't get a good view of the bang-bang play itself, but that is the call, and that's what we're going to stick with. It is still 0-0 here after 2 in Greeley. We'll have the third inning coming up for you after this.
When you're ready to take the next step, develop skills for a new career, or become licensed in your field, join a community committed to your success. Choose from more than 100 graduate programs. Work side by side with mentoring faculty who share their research and experience so that you're ready to step up. On campus, off campus, and online. The Graduate School at the University of Northern Colorado.
Playground.
Back here in Greeley, getting set for the third inning to begin. Still no score between these two teams. Quite different from the first game we saw today, where it was 8-8 after the fourth inning. Or I should say after the first half of the fifth inning.
Leading it off in the third, left fielder number 15.
Connor Capps stepping in for the Lancers. And he'll see the first pitch and swing at the first pitch, taking it down. And that will land in the corner of left field, and an easy double for Capps as this one is brought in, and Kubo over there to pick it up. So first pitch swinging, and first hit of the game there for the Lancers.
Yeah, I got to be honest. The way that ball was hit, I put my hand up. I thought it was going to be a home run.
Definitely had a good height to it, and it wasn't far off from a home run. It bounced off of the warning track.
Yeah, and it looked like Capps kind of started jogging initially out of the box. I think he may have thought it was gone too, but either way ended up as a double for him. So it's a leadoff double there for the Lancers.
Yeah, so a leadoff double. Now you have Tyler Lynch at bat. That one spun in right down the middle. 0-1. So we'll see how Dylan Day does with a little bit of adversity out there. Now pitching from the stretch. It's first time pitching from the stretch today. Checking on the runner. Had a little movement on that one. Tailed out of the zone for a ball, 1-1. Dylan Day, a 6'6" right-handed pitcher out of Santa Rosa, California. And when you have a pitcher that's tall like that, sometimes it feels like they're letting go of the ball halfway down the mound to you, coming right in front of your face.
Yeah, and that can be intimidating looking out there up at them because they're already standing on a mount, so it looks like they're a lot taller than they even are.
So 1-1 count for Day. Let's keep an eye on that runner over there. Now he'll deliver home. This one's high. 2-1. Leadoff runner on for Mount Marty. Scoring position with the leadoff double. 2-1 count. Lynch looks at that one, and it is 2-2. That's a strike. And you see Day just staring down the runner.
Yeah, he's keeping him honest, that's for sure.
So a 2-2 count, no outs. This one comes in and fouled off to the right side. Zane Sally on deck for the Lancers. He is their 9-hole hitter, so then the lineup will turn over. Two and two. Checking the runner. Delivers that one, fouled off again. I have to believe there's a few people in the stands that are just kind of running out to their car just to make sure. We've talked about it in broadcast before, the parking lot being right here next to the field.
Yeah, man, after coming to enough games here, I've learned I just park my car way off, much further down the
street.
Yeah, in right field.
Yep, a couple blocks away. That one swung on, hit to second base, picked up by Cromer. Cromer throwing across the diamond and able to get that one to Glenn for an out. Runner does move up to third. Nice play from Cromer there. He had a rough game earlier on today, at least first half of the game, we should say. Had 2 errors on him in that shortstop position. But handling that one, no problem. Tyler Lynch stepping in. Pardon me, this is Zane Sally, as Lynch was just retired. Oh, 1 count. Swing and a miss right through that one. Got him with the off-speed stuff there. 0-2. Mixing up his fastball with his off-speed stuff. Worked well for him there. And now the infield is coming in. And they're going to try to cut down the runner at home. Pitch comes in. Check swing. The appeal. And they're going to say no swing. So 1-2. Day's pitch count at 26 right now here in the top of the third inning. Of course, I don't think there's going to be, we see a pitch here. This one driven to left field. Will it stay fair? And they're going to say foul ball, but that definitely had home run distance.
That one I did know was gone, and I think everyone did, but it was a decent amount foul. That no harm, no foul.
No harm, no foul. There you go. That'll make it a 1-2 here as he really turned on that one. He saw the ball come out of Day's hand pretty well.
Yeah, that ball was up and in, and Sally able to get around on that. Just a long strike.
Very long strike indeed. Have to keep an eye on the weather situation here on the to our left and beyond the left field fence. Got some great clouds moving in. So we'll have to see if that cools it down here on the field. We've had a beautiful day today, as I mentioned earlier. In the low 60s. We haven't had that kind of weather in a while here in northern Colorado as this pitch comes in wide to make it 2-2. Again, just a reminder, this game only scheduled to go 7 innings. Trying to get the full game in before the sun goes down here. The campus of the University of Northern Colorado appealed down to first. No swing there. Make it a full count. So credit to Zane Sally for staying in this at-bat and working his way back to a full count here. Payoff pitch down the middle line, right back up the middle. And that will be an RBI for Zane Sally. And the score has opened up. Lancers up 1-0 here in the third. And now the lineup will turn over to Jet Weber with a man on first.
Jet Weber.
One out here in the top of the third. Dylan Day sends it in a little outside. A bunt was shown momentarily from Jet Weber. So 1-0 count. This one low, knocked down though, and stays in front, so runner will not move. 2-0 count.
Yeah, and a great block there by catcher Craig Kenny.
Yeah, not the starting catcher for these Bears, but obviously has the skill and has the trust of head coach Carly Wasaki. This one grounded to Kubo. Kubo gets it onto Cromer. Cromer trying to finish up the double play, sends it on to first. And scooping it up for the double play is Josh Glenn. So that's how this inning will end. 1 run came across for the Lancers. It is a 1-0 lead going into the bottom of the 3rd inning. We'll have that coming up for you after this.
As a first-generation student, I didn't even know if I was going to come to college in the first place. When I talked to my parents about it, I was like, I'm going to go to college. Diversity and inclusion here on campus is very strong. The cultural centers were very welcoming, and they were the ones to really push me and be like, go get involved. UNC gave me the confidence, the self-advocacy, the motivation to do bigger things and reach and have bigger dreams.
Like the sweet morning dew, one look at you, and it was plain to see that you were my destiny. I will go where you lead, I'll be right there in a time of need. And when I lose my way, you'll be right there to push me up that hill. And no looking back, you're all I need, baby, baby, to get by.
Back here in Greeley, it is 1-0 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. We're about to get it started. Clayton Chipchase back out there for the Lancers.
Leading it off at the bottom of the 3rd inning for Northern Colorado. Ranked fielder number 29.
And leading it off for UNC will be the top of the order, Jake King. Leading it off, a familiar position for him. Now down by 1 run in the 3rd. King makes his way to the plate to get this one going. Clayton Chipchase, 32 pitches on the day, 2 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts up to this point. First pitch of the inning coming from Chipchase. Good looking pitch, no call, as that one is a little high or outside, one of the two. King swings on this one a little too early and sends it foul down the right field line. So it'll be Jake King, Shaden Kubo, and Josh Glenn to get us started here in the 3rd inning. Top of the order. 1-1 count. Swings on this one and sends this again down the right field line, a bouncer. So 1-2 count, just trying to find something he likes. Chipchase set and delivers. This one swung on right up the middle, and that'll be a lead-off single for Jake King. And Chipchase tapping his chest saying, that's on me. I don't know if he maybe put the pitch in the wrong place or if he thought he should have fielded that.
I think he likely put the pitch in the wrong place. That one was kind of left right over the middle, and that's the second ball that he's had hit right back at him, and I'm sure that's never anything you want as a pitcher, so.
Not something you want. Yeah, that one was pretty center for Jake King, but a single is all he'll get out of it, and that brings up Shaden Kubo. Sophomore second baseman. Comes into this game hitting .200. As this one is hit high into left field, backing, tracking, and that one is gone. Shaden Kubo gets the Bears the lead back with a 2-run jack over the left field wall, and that's one way to get the lead for your team. And we've seen a few long balls here But I wasn't expecting one from Kubo, if we're being honest.
I had that one right.
You did have that one right. The second it was off the bat, you called that one.
And that's his first home run on the year.
And the celebration at the dugout ensues. And what a shot that one was for Kubo, and a huge one for his team. Kubo has had a terrific series at the plate, though.
Yeah, he absolutely has. He's been hitting great this whole series.
That brings up Josh Glenn, still a threat with the bat. Keep an eye on him as he swings right through that one. He's 0 for 1 today on the season, 276. Cade Moeller on deck. 0-1 pitch, swung on and bounced to shortstop. It'll be picked up by Townsend. Townsend ranging and in the dirt. Doesn't look like it was in time. It was not. So a single from Josh Glenn.
And that'll extend his hitting streak to 8 games now.
8-game hitting streak. You like to hear that. So Townsend, he was ranging to his left, fielded it, and was able to get the throw to first. Obviously not in time. He went pretty far to his left, though. I know he had Weber right behind him, so with the speed coming down of Glenn, it probably doesn't matter in the end, but who knows how that would have gone should Weber have fielded that.
Yep.
Cade Moeller up. He went deep in the game earlier today. 2-run shot for him. He is 1 for 1 in this game. Hitting 360 on the year, and that's going to probably extend it, and it will not, as coming in for the catch and then trying to double him up, and doing so was the center fielder. What a throw coming in from David Richardson, I should say, and that doubles it up to clear the bases. Now 2 outs in the inning, and another base running error from the Bears. We've seen a few of those this weekend.
Yeah, and Glenn had that one read right. He knew that the center fielder Richardson had a good chance to catch it. He was just too far off of first base. I think he thought he was in a good enough spot and had time to come back, but Richardson came up and fired that one on a rope to Nunez for the out.
Richardson have an arm.
Yes.
He hasn't been able to really use it except for in that situation, but when he does let it go on a play that he maybe thinks someone's going, it's been on the money.
Yeah, so that'll go as an 8-3 double play. Not your most common double play.
Not your average double play. This one poked out to second base, picked up, sent to first, and that will end the inning. But damage has been done. Shaden Kubo, a 2-run shot to put the Bears on top of the Lancers heading into the 4th inning. We'll have that for you coming up after this.
We're here for the ones with big hearts, the ones with big calluses, the ones who go the distance, the ones holding down the fort, the weekend warriors, the crafty ones, these crafty ones too, and the ones just being themselves. Here's to the ones who define the Colorado spirit. We're proud to be the community bank that helps them live that way, because we're not just a bank in Colorado. We're Bank of Colorado. There's only one.
Back here at Jackson Field, UNC has a 2-1 lead over the Mount Marty Lancers here in the 2nd game of their doubleheader, their 4th game in 2 days between these two squads. Back out there on the bump is Dylan Day. He's had himself a pretty good day so far, only giving up 2 hits and 1 run. And I say that because he came into today with an ERA north of 20.
Yeah, he's looking to bring that one down here quite a bit today. And if he keeps going the way he has been, he's got a real good chance of doing just that.
His offense seems to be backing him up as well. A lot of contact, 5 hits already just through 3 innings for UNC. Offense looking better and better every game.
Yeah, and I think hopefully they're kind of starting to find their rhythm.
Josh Roman stepping in. First pitch he sees is a strike low in the zone, right at the knees, 0-1. 36 pitches for Dylan Day up to this point. Not a bad spot to be in heading into the 4th. This one down the first base line and foul.
First base coach over there tried to make a play on it.
Hey, A for effort. A for effort. Not fun. Field nose barehanded, though.
Not at all.
Pitch comes in, swung on, and going down to first to finish that one off. A strikeout for Dylan Day. First one of the day. I won't do many more Day puns. I'm sure he's heard all of them his entire life.
You know, it's kind of what comes with having a last name like that, though.
Now batting catcher 14, Billy Hancock.
And here comes Billy Hancock, power hitter for this team. Also their catcher, and working quickly is Day. And, well, Hancock's not going to have a chance to swing the bat as he gets plunked on the first pitch. And he's dropping that arm a little bit. You see it. That's going to hurt. And he already took a foul ball off of his right hand. So he's just getting beat up, but that's just the life of a catcher.
Yeah, they seem to always take the most damage, which is, like you said, that's how it goes for catchers.
Catchers and left-handed pitchers, they're always the interesting cats on a baseball team.
Yes.
So 1 man on, 1 out here in the top of the 4th, and that one is smashed to right field. And will that get out? It is fair, but not out. Running the bases quickly, trying to get home, but held up at third is Hancock. So a big double coming from Townsend. But he will stay there, and no runs scored on that one. Still 1 out in the inning, but runners on second and third after that one. And that has a serious jolt behind it. I didn't think that one was coming back.
No, neither did I. That was another one that I didn't put my hand up this time.
You did not. I noticed that.
Did not, but that one I thought definitely was going to have a real chance to get out.
So now center fielder David Richardson stepping in. And he has a chance to tie it up or even put his team back on top here. Pitch from Day. Right down the middle. That's smashed, but just a little too early on that one. And there's a few cars out there on the street. And yet, the only thing that comes to mind is, uh-oh.
Yes. Yeah, these last few batters are putting good contact on these pitches from Day.
Definitely seeing it well right now. Maybe they're getting a tip-off or something here, but they are really making solid contact. 0-1 count. And breaking ball comes in, started at the shoulder, ended at the hips. 0-2. Day is set. 0-2 delivery. Another breaking ball. This one fouled off and sent right back at us. So staying alive up there is David Richardson. (0-2) count, 1 out, 2 men in scoring position for Richardson. The pitch fouled off again. Richardson 0 for 1 today. Dylan Day peering into his catcher, getting his sign. He is set in his stretch and delivers. This one bounces past, but it looks like it was fouled off. So again, Richardson stays in there.
Yeah, Richardson doing a good job here with 2 strikes. Now he's just got to foul off these pitches that he doesn't want.
Just staying alive up there. So remains an 0-2 count. That one right down the middle. Nothing you could do about that one. No strikeout there. Now 2 outs, and you really needed that with 2 runners in scoring position and no chance for a force and only 1 out. Getting that strikeout is huge. Kiko Nunez stepping in for the Lancers. 2 outs, 2 men in scoring position, 1 base open, and we're going to have a timeout called and a visit from the pitching coach.
Going to talk a little bit about their strategy here, I'm sure, how they want to attack Nunez and play this defensively.
We have Nunez now, and then Connor Capps is on deck. Base is open. Not sure they would put on Nunez for that, though.
I don't think so. Nunez, in his last at-bat, grounded out to second.
Yeah, we'll just have to keep an eye on that, but there's two runners in scoring position and no force anywhere, so maybe they're just talking about the scouting report here on Nunez. Two-1 ball game still, UNC on top, but the Lancers are threatening. With 2 outs here in the 4th, swing and a miss at some high heat.
And there was that big daddy hack we've been talking about.
Hack. That might have been all they were talking about. Hey, throw it wherever. He's going to swing at it first pitch.
Hope he doesn't make contact.
Yeah. And that one right down the middle. 0-2 quickly to Nunez. Oh, 2 count, 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position. Nunez could put his team on top if he puts it in the right place. Swing and a miss. Dylan Day gets out of trouble on that one with his arm, and it remains a 2-1 ball game. UNC still with that 1-run lead. Coming up after this, UNC will have their turn to hit.
When you're ready to take the next step, develop skills for a new career, or become licensed in your field, join a community committed to your success. Choose from more than 100 graduate programs. Work side by side with mentoring faculty who share their research and experience so that you're ready to step up. On campus, off campus, and online. The Graduate School at the University of Northern Colorado.
We are back here in Greeley, Colorado at Jackson Field in the bottom half of this 4th inning. Bears currently leading 2-1. That last half inning, Dylan Day struck out all 3 batters, his first 3 strikeouts of the game.
Yeah, great pitching performance in that half of the inning from Day, and we talked about his ERA coming into today. Obviously, a big story for this pitcher with an ERA over 20, but he really has anchored down himself here and is showing himself and showing everybody that 20 ERA is not the pitcher he is.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we were both thinking was potentially going to have a good chance of happening in this outing.
You bet. So still out there for the Lancers is Clayton Chipchase. Leading it off for UNC is catcher Craig Kenny. Kenny 0 for 1 on the day, hitting 167 coming into the game, and he looks at a strike for the first pitch. Oh, 1 delivery. Low and off the plate, so 1-1. It will be Craig Kenny, Cameron Cromer, and Chase Cromer to get us started here, as that one is outside and in the dirt. 2-1. 2-1 delivery. Smacked and brought in there at second base by Roman. Pardon me, not Roman at second base in this game. It's Tyler Lynch at second base in this game. Roman was there for the last one. But Lynch brings that one in. He didn't have to move for it. Just stick your glove up and let it go.
Yeah, and that's just kind of how things are going right now for Kenny. He made great solid contact on that one, but right to Lynch.
The old saying, hit them where they ain't. Doesn't matter how hard you hit it. If you hit it right at them, there's a good chance they're coming down with it.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
There you go. So Cameron Cromer in there now. He looked at the first one. It's 1-0.
He had a single to left field in his last at bat.
That one looked good, and it was good. A 1-1 count now to Cromer. Yeah, Cromer number one. He's had a good day today, getting on base and trying to raise his average a little bit as that one bounces in. Two-one count, one out in the inning. A reminder: this is a scheduled 7-inning ball game. High, make it 3-1. So 3-1 count. Set, wind up, and delivers. That one swung on by Cromer, picked up by Lynch out there, and an easy 4-3 put out. 2 outs. And that brings up Cromer number 2, Chase Cromer.
Third baseman number 2, Chase Cromer.
Two outs in the inning. Chase Cromer, first pitch to him is a breaking ball in there for a strike. That one had some good movement on it. Fastball grounded to third base, picked up by Townsend. He goes across the diamond, not in time. Chase Cromer, too much speed for that.
That'll just goes an infield single to the third baseman.
And another situation there where maybe Weber would have had a better option at that. Of course, I don't know with that speed again.
That's when I was neither one of them, I think, would have had a good chance to get him. The rule of thumb is normally with the third baseman coming across with his momentum going towards first base, he probably has the better chance of making that play.
And he's taken it twice now. Of course, both times the runner was safe, but both times very speedy runners.
Yes. Can't blame that on Townsend.
Not at all. So Chase Cromer at first. First pitch comes into Hayden Hines, and that one is a strike, 0-1. Oh-1 count. Swing and a miss, make it 0-2. Nice pitch there from Chip Chase. This is the last non-conference game of the season for UNC. After this, they begin their inaugural season in the Summit League. They spent 8 seasons in the Western Athletic Conference. As that one is lined into the gap in left center. It's fumbled. It goes all the way to the fence, and we could have something going here as Cromer's going to score easily. And coming around is Hines.
They're going to wave him home.
Hines is going to wave him home. He's rounding third. The throw home is off, and Hines has a home run.
That's a Little League home run right there.
Little League home run for Hayden Hines. And there you go. It's 4-1. Inside the Parker. And they're going to call that a hit.
Yeah, it will officially just go as a single with a 3-base error on the center fielder Richardson there, letting that ball get under him. But we can call it a Little League home run in here.
It just sounds more fun, right?
It does.
I'm sure he'll say it down there. Yeah, it was a home run.
That was a home run. Add it to the stat sheet.
You bet. Hayden Hines, he walked it off for the Bears in the first game. and then just had that big one there. So make it 4-1 here in the 4th inning. And that turns this lineup over. Jake King stepping up. He is 1 for 2 with a strikeout today. Oh-1 on King. And again, that 2-out magic for the Bears.
Yeah, gotta love it when you can do have productive offense with 2 outs.
That one high. 1-1. Seems like almost every time there are runs scored for the Bears, it is coming with 2 outs. So, that's good to have that ability to not just roll over when you get that second out. 2-1 count to Jake King here in the bottom of the 4th. No action in that bullpen for the Lancers. That one swung on and popped up to center field by King. Under it is Richardson. He takes care of it. And that's the end of the 4th inning. 2 more runs are added on the Little League home run by Hayden Hines. 4-1 is the score. We'll have the 5th inning coming up for you after this.
As a first-generation student, I didn't even know if I was going to come to college in the first place. When I talked to my parents about it, I was like, I'm going to go to college. Diversity and inclusion here on campus is very strong. The cultural centers were very welcoming, and they were the ones to really push me and be like, go get involved. UNC gave me the confidence, the self-advocacy, the motivation to do bigger things and reach and have bigger dreams.
Rule the playground.
Bears tack on 2 more in the bottom of the 4th inning to make it a 4-1 ball game. Still out there for UNC on the mound is Dylan Day, and he is pitching rather well today. 1 run on 3 hits, and his defense behind him holding up better than we have seen them do in the past few games. No errors behind him.
Yeah, the Bears are playing a pretty clean baseball game right now. Looking to keep that going.
The other 3 games that we've seen between these two teams, I should say, this weekend have been pretty sloppy on both sides, but so far so good in this one. That pitch outside for ball 1 as Connor Capps is up there. He's 1 for 1 today. One-0 pitch is down and out. 2-0. Pitch to the Lancers left fielder, swung on and missed. Make it 2-1. That was a daddy hack right there as well.
That was a big swing. They had him fooled on that one.
So 2-1 count. No outs here in the top of the 5th. That one right down the middle, and that is grounded past Cromer squared on the left side of the infield for an infield single. So a leadoff base runner for Mount Marty here in the top of the 5th inning. Tyler Lynch stepping in. He is 0 for 1 today. So Capps at first. Keep an eye on him. He's got that mitten on at first base, and usually that gives you an extra step when you're stealing bases.
Oh, that's the sign of a base stealer right there.
Yeah.
And they put on that running glove, as you could call it.
I've heard a lot of different ones. Oven mitt, mittens,
Yep.
Running glove, hand guard, I guess.
Yep. I think that's probably the one I hear the most often is hand guard.
The 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike, 1-1. And, you know, it's good that they're starting to use those because there were actually a lot of injuries to fingers and hands just sliding into bases.
Yeah, and it's one of those that doesn't seem like it's that big of an issue. But for baseball, being able to grip a bat, throw a ball, you need your fingers.
That's one that lingers.
Yes.
That one's poked out into center field and will drop down for a base hit. And we'll see, and they're going to try to get him to third. Throw coming into Cromer. Throw was offline, though, so safe. Sliding in was Connor Capps, and Lynch has the single. Runners on the corners for the Lancers. No outs in the top of the fifth. 4-1 game. UNC on top right now.
Right fielder number 38, Zane Sally.
So Zane Sally steps in. He has 1 for 1 with an RBI. Day checks the runner and pickoff move to first. Nothing going.
Important inning here for Day, trying to limit the damage being done by the Lancers.
And again, this is that situation we had in the last game where you need a strikeout here and then roll a double play.
Yeah, and that'd be huge.
And not roll the ball in.
Yeah, you do need to throw the ball over the plate in order to get either the strikeout or the double play.
So 1-0. Dylan Day's set. Checking the runner at first, and he will pick off again. Nothing doing. One-oh pitch, and that one looked pretty good. 1-1.
Lynch, standing on first base right now, has not attempted any stolen bases yet.
He also doesn't have the hand guard.
He doesn't. But Day's still clearly worried about him, trying to keep him close.
Wants to keep that double play in order,
Yep.
I think. Right down the middle. Oh, that one looked good.
I think that one
Might
must
have
have
been
been just a little outside yet.
Little outside. So 2-1. 2-1 delivery. That one popped way up into the air. And it's going to be Chase Cromer there. Cromer, I should say. And that's just as good as a strikeout.
Yeah, that works the exact same.
Nobody advances.
Nope. Double play still intact.
Top of the order for the Lancers, shortstop number 3, Jet Weber.
But this is a tough double play at bat now with Jet Weber.
He did hit into a double play his last at bat, though, 4.63. So it is doable.
It is doable. Need to pitch him low and try to have him drive it into the turf. That one off the outside corner for a ball.
Just got to be hit hard.
And that's the key. Has to be hit hard as well. One-oh count, 1 out here in the inning. Runners on the corners. This one on trying to get the outside corner, couldn't hit it. 2-0. He is right there, just trying to pepper that outside corner, just not hitting it right now.
Yeah, he's got good accuracy right now. And, yeah, just barely missing that outside part of the plate.
So 2-0 count. That one popped up, and that'll be shallow right center. Calling on it is, oh, hold on, let's watch this play at the plate. And now it's going to get away as a run scores. It'll be Lynch moving up to second, but pardon me, that was in center field. That was Hayden Hines making the catch, calling off his right fielder.
And that'll just go as a sacrifice fly for Weber there.
And a runner advancing on that. But so 2 outs, 1 run in, and still a man on second for the Lancers. Dylan Day checks the runner and sends it in. Breaking ball fouled off and fooled him there. You can tell that Josh Roman wasn't really expecting that one to be off speed and just kind of had to slow his hands down and make contact.
Yeah, that was a good pitch there by Day.
The way that he can go between his fastball and his breaking ball has been working for him so far. 0-1 count, 2 outs here. That one off the outside. Make it 1-1. One delivery. Breaking ball way too high. 2-1. Josh Roman 0 for 2 with a strikeout today. Billy Hancock is on deck should they get there. That one outside. Make it 3-1. The Bears faithful here joining us, not happy with that call.
And understandable, because that pitch looked like it could have been a strike, but called a ball.
Yeah, one of those 50-50s. 3-1 pitch is in there to make it a full count.
That's another one. Could have gone either way. One's a strike, so brings the count full.
So full count, 2 outs. Top of the 5th inning, 1 run already across. Another in scoring position at second base. Payoff pitch coming. Popped up and back behind us here. Remains a full count, 2 outs. Dylan Day getting his sign. Sets and delivers. Breaking ball outside, and that's going to put him on. So Josh Roman trots his way to first. And it'll be Billy Hancock coming up. Still 2 outs, UNC with the lead, 4-2. There are 2 runners on and a power hitter up. But Day is 1 pitch from getting out of this.
And they're going to have a quick conversation on the mound, it looks like.
Pitching coach heading out to talk to his pitcher. So right now it is 4-2. Mount Marty, 2 runs on 5 hits. They've had 2 errors in the field. Look at UNC. They have 4 runs on 7 hits, no errors. So far, a good pitching performance from Dylan Day. Right now, he's at 71 pitches, so getting up there in pitches. Nothing to be too concerned with yet. His line so far has given up 5 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. And here's some good news for him. He came into today with an ERA over 20. He has actually cut that in half currently, where we stand now at 10.80 now.
Anytime you can go out there and say you cut your ERA in half, that's a great performance.
You just don't, move the conversation past that.
Yes.
So 2 outs, and the fans and dugouts are getting into it here. Swing and a miss, and that one he was trying to send it over the fence. Runner on second. Runner on first for Hancock. 0 for 1. And that one is in there for a ball. One count. Day getting his sign. Checks the runner. And delivers. That one is low for a ball. Make it 2-1. Hancock took a big hack at the first pitch, but being patient now. 2-1 count, still 2 outs here in this inning. That one low. And this isn't one of those batters that you would just want to throw one in there and say, I'll let my defense handle it, because if you just throw one in there, that ball may not come back.
Yeah, no, I don't expect to see a great pitch here, but something borderline.
You don't want to load the bases. You have Mason Townsend coming up. He's been effective in this series. That one, a breaking ball. Nice, fooled Hancock there for sure. Make it a full count. So it's a full count, 2 outs here. And the runners will be off with the pitch. So anything in a gap would probably score 2.
I'd expect to see a similar pitch to that last one here.
Payoff pitch. That one is high and outside, and walking the bases loaded now, Dylan Day. And again, we cannot see the UNC bullpen, so we don't know if there's any action down there from our angle. We do have a timeout called, and it looks like we are probably going to have a pitching change here. But we will make sure. And we will have a pitching change, so we're going to go ahead and take a break and let this pitcher come on in and get a warm-up. It is still 4-2 UNC with full bases loaded. We'll be back after this.
Sweet morning dew, one look at you, and it was plain to see that you were my destiny. I will go where you lead, I'll be right there anytime I need. And when I lose my will, you'll be right there to push me up that hill. There's no looking back, or you're all I need, baby.
When you're ready to take the next step, develop skills for a new career, or become licensed in your field, join a community committed to your success. Choose from more than 100 graduate programs. Work side by side with mentoring faculty who share their research and experience so that you're ready to step up. On campus, off campus, and online. The Graduate School at the University of Northern Colorado.
New pitcher for UNC coming in is Ashton Manser. Big right-handed right-handed thrower, I should say. And he is inheriting quite the situation.
Yeah, coming in with the bases loaded, 2 outs though, so he can just come in and try to focus on this one batter and Townsend and try to get him out and keep the damage to a minimum in this inning.
Yeah, I mean, 1 pitch away from getting out of this one, literally. We've seen relievers come in and only throw 1 pitch and get out of the situation.
And you know what? I'm sure he would be more than fine with doing that right here.
I think he would too. Manser comes into this outing. The 9.64 ERA, a 1.71 whip. He's 0 for 1 on the season. He has 4 appearances. He started 1 game. 9.1 innings pitched. He's given up 14 hits, 14 runs, 10 of them earned. 2 walks, 8 strikeouts, and 1 home run. Opponents are hitting .341 against him. So bases are loaded. Mason Townsend stepping in. 2 outs in the inning. Ashton Manser again 1 pitch away from getting out of this. Townsend, though, could give his team the lead with 1 swing as he pops this one way up in center field, getting down and under it and able to make the play with 1 pitch. Hayden Hines helps his pitcher get out of the inning, and just like you drew it up, right?
Yeah, you couldn't ask for anything better than that. 1 pitch, 1 out, inning over.
So 3 runners left on base, 1 runner scored. It's a 4-2 ball game here as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning after this.
As a first-generation student, I didn't even know if I was going to come to college in the first place. When I talked to my parents about it, I was like, I'm going to go to college. Diversity and inclusion here on campus is very strong. The cultural centers were very welcoming, and they were the ones to really push me and be like, go get involved. UNC gave me the confidence, the self-advocacy, the motivation to do bigger things and reach and have bigger dreams.
We're here for the ones with big hearts, the ones with big calluses, the ones who go the distance, the ones holding down the fort, the weekend warriors, the crafty ones, these crafty ones too, and the ones just being themselves. Here's to the ones who define the Colorado spirit. We're proud to be the community bank that helps them live that way, because we're not just a bank in Colorado. We're Bank of Colorado. There's only one.
Back here at Jackson Field, 4-2 ball game. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning in this game that is scheduled to go 7 innings, part of the doubleheader. Shaden Kubo going to lead it off for us here in the bottom of the 5th. He is 1 for 2 today with 2 RBIs, and he had it all on that big fly, sending it out to left field and over the fence, giving his team the lead on that one.
Wouldn't mind another one of those or something like that.
I don't think he would either, yeah.
Oh, not really what he's known for as a hitter, but why not?
Why not? We've seen crazier things. Clayton Chipchase still out there for the Lancers as he gets this inning started with the first pitch to Kubo, and it's a strike on the outside corner.
That pitch right there was interesting. Center fielder Richardson was still walking back to get set when Chipchase started to pitch, so it could have been interesting if there had been a hit to center field there. But Richardson now set, and their whole defense squared away and ready.
1-1 count. Chipchase looks like he wanted that one called. I'm not sure what was going on with that reaction after that pitch. This one had some movement on it. Too much for his catcher as it bounces out of the glove and away. 2-1. Shaden Kubo, Josh Glenn, and Cade Moeller are going to get us started here in the 5th as this one up the middle by Kubo, fielded by Weber onto the first. To scoop, no scoop in fact, by Nunez, and Kubo will stay at first. So it looks like Nunez has trouble scooping those throws if they're low.
Yeah, and that will go as an error on the shortstop Weber there for throwing it in the dirt, but Nunez, he's got to be able to come away with that one there.
Yeah, and these days, I mean, there's a lot of teams that are saying throw it on a hop.
Yeah.
Try to get it low because it gets there faster and other reasons as well. But yes, they're teaching their infielders that, so you have to be able to scoop it.
Yeah, Nunez, he's got to be able to come away with that one. It didn't take a weird hop, didn't hit off the grass or anything. That was just straight in the dirt and couldn't come up with it.
So runner on first, lead off again with Kubo. Josh Glenn up there now. Senior playing first base today, hitting .288 on this season. His now 8-game hit streak has helped with that. 8 runs, 3 home runs, 13 RBIs for him. He is 1 for 2 today. 1-0 to him, no outs. The pitch looked good, was good, 1-1.
That error actually did go on first baseman Nunez there, so not on the shortstop.
There you go. Sometimes we know what we're talking about.
Every now and then.
This one rolled over onto shortstop, took an awkward hop. Weber to Lynch, and that was on to first, not in time as Glenn beat that one out. So could have cleared the bases with the double play. Only get one, getting the lead runner. Glenn's still out there at first, and Cade Moeller coming up. 1 for 2 on the day.
That will not count as a hit there for Glenn, so his hitting streak is still at risk in this game. Currently sitting on 7 games right now.
The delivery, inside, and having to get out of the way there was Cade Moeller.
And I've got to correct myself on what I just said. Glenn actually did have a single to the third baseman, infield single in his last at bat. So hitting streak at 8 games, and I don't know what I'm talking about.
That was a fielder's choice, though. You are correct.
That part I was right on.
And check swing, but went around there. Cade Moeller. So a 1-1 count. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Set and deliver breaking ball, just a little bit too low. Had great movement on it, though. Making it 2-1. Clayton Chipchase, his breaking ball, when he can really break it over, it comes in nice.
Yeah, he's got a good breaking ball for sure. Been able to fool these UNC batters a couple times.
2-1 count. 1 out. Chipchase. The delivery. Fake steal and a little dangerous there. Able to get back to the base was Glenn. But the back pick there from Hancock was almost a catcher-on-catcher crime.
Yes, and I'm glad that was a fake steal, because not the best jump there from Glenn. I think he would have been gunned down at second if he had been going the whole way.
2-2. This one in the dirt to the backstop, and that'll be an easy steal for Glenn that time. He'll get there standing right through the legs of Billy Hancock.
That's likely to go on, a pass ball in Hancock. Just right, like you said, right between the legs. Through the 5-hole.
Through the 5-hole. Clayton Chipchase, 7 hits, 4 runs, 2 of them earned, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts on the day. He has a full count right now to Cade Moeller. Moeller hitting .346 coming into this game. Chipchase delivers. Popped up, and that's going to be shallow in right center. Somebody's got to call it, and somebody caught it at least, but I don't know if anybody called it. There was almost a miscommunication there, and they're talking about it now, but nevertheless, it is still the second out of the inning.
Yeah, from the looks of it, it didn't look like either of them ever ended up calling that one. So they're quite fortunate there that didn't end up worse in a collision.
So 2 down. Man on second. Stepping in is Garrett Fisher. Swing and a miss on the first pitch to Fisher. He is 0 for 2 today, hitting .125 on the season. So 0-1 with 2 outs. A little late on that one, fouling it off to the right side. 0-2. Bullpen still silent for the Lancers over there. Of course, no need right now. The way that Chipchase is pitching, that one swing and tipped. So staying alive there, still 0-2. Craig Kenny on deck should Fisher reach. Chip Chase looking in, checks the runner a few times and delivers. That one high and outside.
I've got a little bit of breaking news that I want to share here with everyone. Tom Brady just now on his Twitter, as of 15 minutes ago, he's coming back. He's going to play one more season with the Bucs.
Interesting.
Ending his retirement.
How about that? And this one's popped up grounded forward, picked up by the pitcher, and flipped on to first. So we have breaking news here. Tom Brady's coming back, everybody. It's also 4-2 here in Greeley. We'll be back after this.
Here with one error.
Back here in Greeley, and we have a 4-2 ball game. UNC over Mount Marty here entering the 6th inning. Still Ashton Manser out there for UNC, and it's incredible he didn't get tired out after his last inning.
Yeah, I mean, he had a pretty long inning, stressful inning that last inning there for him with the one-pitch fly ball to center field, but looks like he's able to come out again.
One pitch relief appearance, but coming back out for another inning. You know, let's see if he's just as efficient. He can come out of this inning with 4 pitches.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Again, we are entering the 6th inning of the scheduled 7 innings of the second game of this doubleheader. Hope you've joined us for all of them. If you have, terrific. So happy you did. If not, well, glad you're here now.
Leading it off, top of the 6th, center fielder David Richardson.
David Richardson will lead us off here in the top of the 6th inning. Manser, oh, that one comes up, and you do not like to see batters getting hit high like that by a fastball. So, not going to get out of this inning on 3 pitches unless something crazy happens.
Could always have a double play.
Could have
here
the
or
double
something.
play. You're right.
Nunez would be a good candidate to double up.
Most definitely. Rough to have that first pitch of the inning come up and square a guy up in the back, though. He seems okay. Manser delivers. This one high bouncer picked up by Manser. They're just going to go get the easy out at first. So 2 pitches and 1 out at least.
Yeah, and that ball was chopped high enough. He had no shot at getting the runner and Richardson at second.
Richardson very, very fast. He's center fielder. We've seen his speed out there in the field and on the base paths. Yeah, I agree. No way you could have gotten him. Better to go with the safe out and just go straight to first with it. Now it's Connor Capps stepping in. He's 2 for 2 today.
Yeah, he's got a single and a double so far, both of those to left field.
Left field, heads up out there. So 1 out. Manser delivers. That one, good breaking ball. For a strike, 0-1. This Manser just sat there and stared down the runner for a minute. That one swung on and fouled. Make it 0-2. 0-2 count. 1 out here, top of the 6th, the runner on second. Connor Capps at bat, Tyler Lynch on deck. That one fouled off as well, bounced back behind the plate. Manser taking a second, gathering himself, and now back onto the rubber. Getting his sign as he peers into his catcher. Sets, checks the runner, and delivers. Swing and a miss. Beautiful pitch there. No way you could hit that with an oar. So a strikeout there from Manser. It's 2 outs now in the inning. Tyler Lynch will come up. He is 1 for 2 today. Two outs. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. 0-1.
Lynch singled to center field in his last at bat.
Two outs. Here's the pitch. That one poked into center field, and they're going to go ahead and send Richardson. And why not? Get 1 run closer. 4-3 on the RBI single from Tyler Lynch. And it looks like we are going to have a pinch runner here, and we will. As that's going to be Noah Moon, a sophomore infielder from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, 5'9", 155.
Noah Moon with 5 stolen bases in 6 attempts this year.
Definitely some speed out there, and they'd like to get him in scoring position, although there are 2 outs.
And how about this? 0 at bats for him.
0 at bats.
He's strictly a pinch runner right now.
How about that?
For this team.
So let's keep an eye on it, see if he stays in the field or if they put somebody else in there at second base. Nice pitch coming in to Zane Sally. And for multiple reasons, Ashton Manser wants to get this out right now because, first of all, it's just how you want to play the game. Secondly, you have Jet Weber coming up, and he is the leadoff hitter and the top of the order. So, and there goes the runner. Good throw, but unable to field it cleanly over there was Kubo, and the throw did come in on a bounce, which slowed it down a little bit. I'm not sure there would have been a play.
I don't think there would have been, not with Moon and his speed. He had a good jump, too.
So we have designated hitters. Seems like Moon is more of a designated runner.
It does appear to be that way.
So a 4-3 game, and an infield single would tie this up. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch again. Looks like the slider that he's fooling everyone with. As again, Manser just taking a look back at the runner. One and 2 count, 2 outs. 1 run game. Manser delivers. Struck him out and strands the runner at second and stays with his strikeout pitch. Beautiful job done. It's a 4-3 game still. 1 run came across for the Lancers in the top of that 6th inning. Bears are going to have their chance now in the bottom half coming up after this.
When you're ready to take the next step, develop skills for a new career, or become licensed in your field, join a community committed to your success. Choose from more than 100 graduate programs. Work side by side with mentoring faculty who share their research and experience so that you're ready to step up. On campus, off campus, and online. The Graduate School at the University of Northern Colorado.
Rule the playground.
Back here in Greeley, it is a 4-3 ball game. UNC getting their shot here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Gave up 1 run in the top of the 6th to make it a 4-3 ball game. And 1 run going into the 7th. That won't make you feel very confident. Looking for a few insurance runs, we were thinking.
Yeah, that would be huge for the Bears here. Able to get a couple more across and try to wrap this game up in 7 innings this time.
And in case you haven't heard me say it the past 10 times or so, this is scheduled for a 7-inning ball game. No lights here on the field at Jackson Field, so have to get these games in before the sun goes down. We do have an extra hour of sunlight, which is helping. We do have a lot of cloud cover, though. That's not.
Yeah, sunset set for 7:03 today. It was at 6:03 yesterday, so that's huge.
Yeah.
Right there, that should help to get this whole game in.
They called the game yesterday after the 6th inning. We are already where we need to be. We're past the 5th inning to make this an official game, so whatever happens from here on out, it will be okay. We won't have to try to play in the morning or anything. But I think we're going to be all right regardless. So the Bears looking to get some insurance runs here. Greg Kenny leading it off. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Then you have the Cromers 1 and 2 finishing it out in the hole and on deck. One ball, no strikes to Craig Kenny. That one is going to try to drop in and split the difference, getting all the way to the fence in right center field. And Kenny's going to go for 3, and he will have a stand-up triple, although he's going to slide anyway.
Why not get dirty when you can get dirty?
Yeah, have fun out there. Craig Kenny leading us off with a triple. And that's one way to start with your try to get some insurance runs, huh?
Yeah, triple to right center field, leading things off. Can't ask for anything better than that.
Not too bad. Now, can one of the Cromer brothers just send a pop fly deep enough into the outfield to score Kenny? Cameron Cromer going to be the first to hit of the Cromer duo. And we'll keep an eye on deck to see if Chase Cromer is going to hit, but I do not think he's going to, as we're seeing pinch hitter coming out and warming up at least.
Yes, looks like we have a pinch hitter warming up, but can't tell who it is yet.
Cromer to the infield, and a good play there by the shortstop. And Weber goes to first for the easy out after he checked the runner at third.
Looks like that's going to be Carson Gross doing the pinch hitting.
So we do have a pinch hitter. And you are correct in that. It is Carson Gross, the sophomore infielder from Folsom, California. And he's getting some words from third base coach. And while we're at it, talking about substitution, it is still Noah Moon out there in the field playing second base for the Lancers. So with a man on third and 1 out, you bring in your pinch hitter from the left side, trying to get an insurance run. The infield is in, so you're not going to see a bunt. I would have to assume no suicide squeeze here probably. First pitch comes in inside at the knees. Strike 1.
A lot of space, though, up the middle of the infield if he's able to get it past the pitcher.
And we've seen some hits come right back at Chip Chase a few times already, and he hasn't been able to get a glove on them.
Yes.
So we'll have to keep that in mind with this. anything hit hard enough at one of these infielders as well is always an option. And there
we
it is.
go.
Knocked the glove off of Chip Chase. And there is your insurance run off of the bat of Carson Gross. It is a 5-3 ball game as coming across home plate was Craig Kenny. Nice piece of hitting there. He knew what he needed to do, and he went and did it.
He did, and I'd just like to say that we've been talking about the announcers and broadcasters curse this whole weekend, but I'd like to think I put that one into action.
Spoken into existence.
Yeah, spoken into existence.
There you go, yeah. We have a conference of the minds, meeting of the minds, the umpires on the infield.
That's the second time this glove has come off for Chip Chase, and I know if you intentionally try to do it, that it's I don't know what the official ruling is. It's not allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if they're discussing that.
And we may have a change of some sort here. I don't see, and there is some action, but he's doing some quick warm-up tossing over there, but looks like he might be coming in. We'll have to find out who that is, but we are going to have a pitching change, as that was the last hitter that Clayton Chip Chase will see in this ball game. New pitcher coming in. We'll find out who that is while we take a break and step aside. It is 5-3 here in Greeley. Pitching change underway. We'll be right back.
As a first-generation student, I didn't even know if I was going to come to college in the first place. When I talked to my parents about it, I was like, I'm going to go to college. Diversity and inclusion here on campus is very strong. The cultural centers were very welcoming, and they were the ones to really push me and be like, go get involved. UNC gave me the confidence, the self-advocacy, the motivation to do bigger things and reach and have bigger dreams.
Like a sweet morning dew, one look at you, and it was plain to see that you were my destiny. I will go where you lead, I'll be right there in a time of need. And when I lose my will, you'll be right there to push me up that hill. There's no looking back, or you're all I need, baby, baby, to get by.
Back here in Greeley. 5-3 ball game. UNC just had an insurance run come in, and they are now up by 2. A new pitcher coming in, and is Dylan Nicholson. Familiar face already. We've seen him already today.
Yeah, we saw him warming up yesterday, didn't get in at all. But yeah, we saw him in the first game today, and he ended up going 1 1/3 innings. As we see a bunt there.
And what
He'll get down.
Terrific effort there. Now it's thrown away into right field. And everybody will be safe at second and third. And that is a tough play, and you have to give credit where credit is due. That was a heck of an effort by Billy Hancock. The bunt was popped up. Hancock went out and dove full flying out dive to try to catch that. Was unable to do so. And then the ball thrown away into right field. And everybody's safe.
Yeah, great effort there by Hancock, and then just unfortunately popped up and threw that one away. And I'm going to finish here real quick. What I was saying, Nicholson, 1 1/3 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 run. That 1 run was earned. Faced 7 batters.
So these hitters have seen him already. They're a little more familiar with him than anybody else that they've seen in this series, as the swing and a miss there. That looks like a foul ball, and goodness gracious, getting beat up back there is Hancock, as he took that one. Looks like off the thigh.
Yeah, and I think he might take a minute here for himself to regroup.
And he deserves it. And it looks like the umpire calling for not a trainer, more baseballs. Yeah. You know, catchers usually take a beating back there, but this is just kind of an exception now for Hancock. I mean, he's gotten a foul ball off the hand. He got hit when he was hitting, went out and put his body on the line diving for that bunt, and just now took the foul ball off of the leg, I believe it was. 0-1 and make it 0-2. Swing and a miss on that one by Jake King as the Bears are back at the top of the order.
And Bears threatening too with one out here in the top of the bottom of the sixth. Excuse me. Runners on second and third.
Definitely threatening. Second and third with only one out. 0-2. This one poked to second base. It is bobbled, and that is an error on Moon. Run scores. It is now 6-3, and that'll be an error most definitely on Moon. So Noah Moon comes in, and we called him the designated runner. Hasn't had an at-bat all season, but he does have, what would you say, 5 of 6 stolen bases, right?
Yes, 6 of 7 now.
6 of 7 now, you're correct. And takes the error there in the field. Shaden Kubo gonna take a crack at it. Runners on the corners for him.
And that will be an RBI there for King, because Gross would have scored from third there regardless.
Good point, good point. That one in the dirt. So 1-0 count, 1 out. That one in, and also a ball, 2-0. Shaden Kubo, 2 for 3 today. Of course, he had that big hit, the 2-run home run back in the third inning. 2-0 count to him here. He takes a hack at this one. It's a shortstop, fielded by Weber to Moon. Moon to first base. And they are able to turn 2 and end this inning, but damage has already been done with insurance runs by UNC. 2 of them cross the plate here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 6-3 ball game as we are ready to head into the 7th and final inning of this ball game. We'll have that coming for you after this.
When you're ready to take the next step, develop skills for a new career, or become licensed in your field, join a community committed to your success. Choose from more than 100 graduate programs. Work side by side with mentoring faculty who share their research and experience so that you're ready to step up. On campus, off campus, and online. The Graduate School at the University of Northern Colorado.
We're here for the ones with big hearts, the ones with big calluses, the ones who go the distance, the ones holding down the fort, the weekend warriors, the crafty ones, these crafty ones too, and the ones just being themselves. Here's to the ones who define the Colorado spirit. We're proud to be the community bank that helps them live that way, because we're not just a bank in Colorado. We're Bank of Colorado. There's only one.
Back here in Greeley, 6-3 ball game. We have a defensive substitution as Aiden Leahy out there at third base now for who was Chase Cromer. 6-3 ball game. Still out there on the mound is Ashton Manser, and not sure if there's any bullpen action or if anybody's out there kind of getting loose slowly, but we'll let you know if anything develops. Final warm-up pitch comes in, and we are ready for the top of the 7th. 3 more outs for UNC here to split this series 2-2. And who else would be hitting, leading it off here, but the leadoff hitter, top of the order, Jet Weber. He's 0 for 2 with an RBI. Manser, first pitch is a bunt. Foul ball, strike 1. So Jet Weber, Josh Roman, and Billy Hancock will get us started here in the top of the 7th inning. Pitching done really well, has done really well today for UNC as this one is blooped over the head of Kubo and into right field. Picked up by King, and that will hold Weber to a single. So not the start that Manser wanted, but we've seen him get out of a few jams already.
That we have.
Josh Roman steps in. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a walk. First pitch is low, but picked up by Craig Kenny. So 1-0 count to Josh Roman. Pickoff attempt. Got a little dirty, but nothing doing. Manser's delivery to Kubo. Kubo to Cromer. Cromer back to first, not in time as Roman was able to beat that one out to avoid the double play, but nonetheless, 1 out and lead runner gunned down. And that will bring up now Billy Hancock with a man on. That was a good turn by Kubo, got it to Cromer. Cromer looked like he may have just had a slight hesitation there getting it back to first, but even if he hadn't have had that, I don't think they would have had a chance to get Roman.
Yeah, Roman's a tough man to double up.
Swing and a miss. Big hack from Billy Hancock.
Yeah, good off-speed pitch there.
It's an 0-1 count. Pickoff move again. Again, nothing doing. Manser's delivery fouled off the end of the bat down the right field line. Make it 0-2. Hancock 0-for-1 with a walk. Also hit by a pitch in his last time up. And for good measure, he's also taking a beating behind the plate.
That he definitely has been throughout these 2 games today.
0-2 pitch. Just on the outside corner for a ball. So 1-2 count. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Again, this is the final inning of this game. Scheduled inning, I should say. Manser sends that one in, fouled off again, so remains 1-2. Manser has 17 pitches so far, 2 hits, a run that run is earned, and 2 strikeouts, no walks. So attacking the strike zone in this game as Manser delivers the 1-2 pitch. This one popped up and foul down the right field line. Trying to get there as King, but he won't have a shot at that one. So it's still 1-2. Hancock up there just fighting everything off. Fouling off everything he can until he finds something he likes. That one in the dirt, but stopped.
Good block there by Kenny.
Yeah, great job keeping that in front of him to keep the double play alive. Hancock here, a senior catcher. He's got a lot of experience, so he is just going to pick these pitches apart. That time he fouls it off, and he's going to keep doing that until he finds one that he really likes.
Yeah, he's definitely not an easy out, that's for sure.
Wind picking up here in our final inning, coming from left field to right.
And Hancock just 0-for-1 today with a walk and a hit by pitch in his last 2 at-bats.
He now has a 2-2 count. Pickoff. And that one was a little closer than the other ones, but still a little too late.
Yeah, Manser's getting close there with these pickoff moves.
Very quick move. That's something that is a very, not many people think about that when they think about scouting a pitcher or anything like that. Is their pickoff move is that one in the dirt to make it a full count. you're a runner, you usually pay attention to that, but not many others do.
Yep. And last thing you want to do here if you're Manser is bring that tying run to the plate. Kind of want to keep things so that one swing of the bat can't change things.
3-2 count. Swing and a miss. Hancock goes down. Bears are 1 out away. Mason Townsend making his way to the plate. Going to the left side. And he will face Ashton Manser.
Now batting first baseman number 10, Mason Townsend. He just struck out the Bears. Cut down tally 6 strikeouts for the game. 15 1 shot.
So 2 outs. Townsend up. Bears are 1 out away. And that one is grounded to shortstop. Cromer picks it up. He goes to first. Pardon me, second. And that is the game. Manser gets the save. Bears split the series with the Lancers 2-2. As it is final here from Jackson Field, 6-3. And Matt, real quick, before we let this one go, let's break down what we saw here today in this game.
Pitching today, great performance from Dylan Day. He went 4 2/3, allowed 5 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. And then Ashton Manser came in relief and finished things out here for the Bears, going 2 1/3, 2 hits, just 1 run, and striking out 3 batters with no walks.
Yeah, the marathon is finally over between these two teams. They've played 4 games in 2 days, 2 doubleheaders back-to-back, able to get them all in with weather and everything like that going on. So great job to them, and a great game today for the Bears, especially in the second one here. Of course, they had the walk-off win in the first game, but this one seems like a more concise and a precise, I should say, win. Not a lot of errors. No errors, actually, defensively, which is terrific, as we've seen a lot of them in the previous games.
Yeah, and I think this holding the Lancers to only 3 runs is the fewest amount of runs that they've given up yet this year. So great pitching performance by those 2 pitchers today, and something the Bears can look to build on moving forward.
Let's go ahead and try to name our players of the game. My player of the game personally has got to be my guy Kubo. Shaden Kubo came in 2 for 4, 2 RBIs, that home run, and really gave the Bears the lead, and they didn't give it up.
Yeah, no, and I would agree with that, but I'm going to have to go with someone different. So I'll stick with Ashton Manser, coming in relief, only allowing 1 run, and basically the last 3 innings have worked. Great job holding this powerful Lancer offense to just 1 run and holding on for the victory.
So a great game from UNC, great games from UNC, we should say, today. And the final here in the second game of our doubleheader, 6-3, UNC wins it over the Mount Marty Lancers. Up next, it's the new season, the real season. It's the Summit League action for UNC, so make sure you stick around for that and tune into all of those games as well. For Matt Gator next to me, I'm Bobby Morrow. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Have a fantastic evening.